Well, today is the International Day of People with a Disability, a day that aims to raise awareness and celebrate the achievements of those with a disability. This year's theme is Achieving the Future We Want.
Well, two people working to achieve their dreams is Jordan O'Reilly, the Chief Executive, Hireup, an organisation that connects people with a disability with support workers, and Mel Tran, who uses the service. Welcome to both of you.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Mel, in fact, you're using innovation yourself to create a better world. Just tell us a bit about what you're doing.
So I study digital media design. I have a particular interest in user experience. At the moment, I'm also working as a user experience designer with a startup called Ability Mate. But prior to that, I also completed the Hireup International Award, and I became the first person in the world with a physical disability to achieve this award, and that has led me to the disability and technology sector.
So some incredible achievements already under your belt and an eye to the future, and of course with the assistance of innovative ideas like Hireup. Jordan, that's your idea that you've come up with.
Yes, that's
Just
right.
tell us what it is and what you're able to do.
Yeah, so Hireup is an online platform that gives Australians with disabilities the power to find, hire and manage their very own support workers. I guess for me, Hireup came from my personal experiences. I grew up with a younger brother with disability, and so I got to see, he relied on direct one-to-one care and support, and I got to see some of the challenges and the pain points that face people with disabilities and their families in that process, but also worked as a support worker while I was studying to become an occupational therapist at uni. So I got to see on support worker side of things some of the challenges, and so it was those experiences taken together that sort of got me thinking, could we do better? Could we create an online platform that connected people seeking support with some of the best and brightest support workers in the country? And I'm really sort of pleased that we've done that with Hireup. It creates real choice and control for users, but it also saves a huge amount of money for participants and creates real efficiency. So we're very proud with what we've done with Hireup.
Mel, we should get your personal story. Just tell a bit about your life and I guess the challenges that you've faced and how you've overcome them.
I think the hardest part is having to rely on support workers as my core support. So they're one of the major people in my life that support me and help me do what I do every day. And I started off with having carers through the traditional method of going through agencies, which worked well for me up until a stage. And I think I found that I didn't have that choice and control over who was walking in through my door, what time I had my services, and that was one of the major pain points for me. As you know, I work and I study, so my schedule is a bit all over the place, and I need that flexibility to adapt and change according to my schedule. And one of the main other pain points that I had was with the traditional method, I wasn't able to have direct contact with the support workers, and it's quite a hard thing because I have my support workers, I see them on a day-to-day basis, I build a rapport with them, but I'm not allowed to contact them outside of shift, and that makes it difficult for me if I want to change my time or book a new shift. So something like Hireup is a much more flexible option, and it does give me that choice and control to choose who I want, and not only that, but also to talk directly to my support workers.
And you also have a hand in helping to shape what the future possibilities are as well through the work that you're doing in generating innovative ideas like Ability Mate. Ability Mate, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we 3D print medical devices for people with a disability with a particular focus on assistive tech, and I guess our core value is create open source designs where everyone can access a more affordable and accessible assistive technology. Since assistive technology is such a major part of the lives of people who have a disability.
Wonderful.
Jordan, do you feel as though in this in Australia now with the National Disability Insurance Scheme that things are getting a little easier as far as facilitating help for people with a disability and also for people on your side, giving that help for carers as well?
Yeah, I think we are living through an extraordinary time with the advent and the implementation of the NDIS. It's often referred to as the biggest political and social reform since Medicare. So it's an extraordinary opportunity for us as a community and as a sector to do some really great things. But I guess that with that opportunity comes a challenge, and I think the challenge is for us, for people like Mel and myself to be, and the sector in general, to be building great innovations that can help people with new opportunities. There's no point changing the way we fund people if there's only the old ideas and old systems to use that on. So with ideas like Hireup and with Ability Mate, I think it's the exciting start of what we hope to see. Lots of great ideas emerging into the sector to make things a bit easier for people and to really make Australia a really great country in terms of supporting people properly with disability.
It's fantastic to see so many possibilities that are right there and being currently developed. And I'm curious, Mel, do you have any advice or words or a message for people out there who might be struggling with the challenges that they're facing at the moment?
I think the biggest thing for me that I realised since working in the disability sector is disability and technology itself is a drive towards innovation. And I think, as today is International Day for People with a Disability, it's an amazing way to celebrate and raise awareness for disability. But I also think the message that I want to get out is this should also be happening on a day-to-day basis, and it should become a normal part of our lives. Because at the end of the day, if we all take a minute to think about it, we all have one thing in common, and that is we all want to be heard, we all want to be recognised for our own abilities and do what we love, whether you have a disability or not.
Well, you're both making a huge difference. Mel Tran, Jordan O'Reilly, thanks very much.
Wonderful,
Thank you for having us.